Still the Teej here in the studio with you tonight. That's right, you're still listening to Bearcast, coming to you live from the Chuck and Joe Studio, part of the Electronic Media Division at CCM. I'm getting better at that, Terry, I swear. I must be down to like 4 seconds at least. Yeah! I'm feeling pumped. I got some black tea in my cup right now. It's called raspberry black tea. I was very, very excited when I saw that I had some in the cupboard, and I'm feeling really great right now. Yeah, that's right. Move aside coffee. I just need tea. Okay. Well, it looks like we're trying to get things ready together. We have a very, very special opportunity to share with you tonight on the show. It looks like Terry's still getting things together, so I'm going to do what we in the professional field call a little sidetrack right here, where I'm going to do a bit of a filibuster, talking about this great General So recipe that I got just the other week. Honestly, though, lately, I don't know how you prepare it typically, but the slosh, the breading for the General So chicken, I usually use an egg and some cornstarch, and I always like to throw, some cayenne pepper in there, but then ultimately just a little bit of soy sauce, and then it has this really thick texture to it, that sort of bit right there. But I figured out that is wrong. Shouldn't be going about that way. It shouldn't be a big, wet, sticky mess like that. It was pretty good, don't get me wrong. It was moving in the right direction, but if we just use, like, baking powder or just cornstarch on there, really dries out the meat right there. And they say, beforehand, of course, you want to throw together this slush of some cooking sherry and some salt. Again, I like to throw cayenne pepper in there. Really, really great. You let that sit for 15 minutes. You throw in, the baking powder or the cornstarch after that. That's when you get a really nice dry consistency. And be generous with it. But then you throw it in the fryer afterwards, and it comes out real nice and golden brown. And are we ready, Terry? Okay, so what we got going on right here is that, how do I explain this? Okay, so basically, tomorrow I was in the stairwell, and a door just appeared out of nowhere. In CCM, actually, from what I understand, from what I told myself. And so tomorrow that's going to happen, and I'm just going to go through, and it's actually going to take me back to earlier today, which is very, very strange. And so we now have supposedly 2 of me walking around right now in the present. I really don't know how I feel about that, but one version of myself has contacted me. He is currently in the studio at about 2 o'clock, so we're going to see if we can contact him here and see if this works. Again, this is absolutely amazing. I'm really not sure what he's using, some sort of like battery device that's able to contact with me, but so here's Teej in the studio, I suppose. That's the way that we want to sign this on with. So, Teej, you there?
Thank you, Teej. I'm in the studio now where the smell of Chipotle is indefinite. Chances of sour cream are high with an 80% chance of leftovers later today. We'll keep you updated with the coverage of this exciting turn of events as it happens. Now, back to you in the studio presently, Teej.
Thanks, Teej. Well, again, just these weird occurrences and that sort of thing. This is a really strange, school. I don't know if you realize that. UC has a really weird macabre following or something like that. I don't know why it always seems to happen to me, but I mean, we got gnomes running around, we got portals opening up out of nowhere, and future past me is communicating with me now in that sort of sense right there. So I don't know if it's the building or what's going on, that sort of sense right there, but I mean, paranormal investigation might be necessary in that sort of sense here. Hopefully we'll hear more from myself later, that sort of sense. Terry, okay, apparently coverage has been a little bit spotty. He kind of goes in and out. I kind of go in and out. I don't know how to really refer to myself in another context like that. This is really weird in a tense basis sort of sense, right? Oh, man. Really confusing. Oh, well, going back to what I was talking about a little bit earlier, though, in this show, I mentioned that I needed to pick up some new CDs, new music, and that sort of sense right there. And I'm very adamant about that. I think that we need to, change up the pace every once in a while. And so I'm wondering what I need to pick up, obviously. And it of course, takes a little bit of a process to get it onto White Orbit so that I can share it with you here. But we got to get thinking about that kind of thing right there. We got to see what we can do to sort of to facilitate that there. Now, we've gotten some music in the past. I don't think I have any new stuff. We don't have any new stuff today, do we, Terry? Nope, somebody's been slacking. No, so we don't have any new stuff today, but, just looking for that sort of thing right here. At least maybe even get it delivered by Monday, because that's when I got to get this music submission in that sort of sense. But Do you buy CDs? Do people buy CDs anymore? Or is it just me supporting the music industry now? I'm very curious about that. It's quite possible, honestly. No one seems to want, like, actual, a hard copy of anything, and I think that's sad in that sort of sense right there. That's how the music industry keeps on going. Wheels keep on turning. You gotta support your arts. You gotta support your artists right there. That's how they are able to make more, right? That sort of thing right there. I just love CDs, having a hard copy because, you get those MP3 downloads, and they're always a crappier copy. And I know, you can barely tell. You can tell a bit, honestly. Like, there is definitely a difference. And I don't know, I just love having a CD. I love having that hard copy right there. I don't know if it's nostalgic or if it's just something like, I need this. I think that that's just practical to have, a little hard copy right there. You get the album art, and then you can... I'm not sure how CD sales work in that sort of sense right there, but I think it would definitely send a message to that artist in particular that's saying, hey, people from Cincinnati bought your CD. You should go there. And then you get to see him live, and it's awesome. Love doing that. I gotta support the arts, and so I've been looking around, and a lot of people have criticized me. I don't usually buy my music at, like, local retail places in that sort of sense, which, again, support local businesses. I'm all about that, but I don't know. Music stores around here don't really have the kind of music that I'm looking for. I mean, like, it's getting to the point where, like, even Amazon doesn't have some of these artists, so I'm having to go to them directly, which is a good thing, too. Purchase your music from the artist directly. It's a really, really good idea. And also, the whole capitalism bit, it doesn't have a sense of irony, so if you buy a song because you think it's funny in that sort of sense, it doesn't really register, and so people think that you like it, that sort of sense. Just throwing that out there, throwing ideas, that sort of sense, but... really love to get some new CDs. So the ones that I was looking at, I got a bit of a list right here of CDs that I was looking at. I know that I need to get Born in the Echoes, Chemical Brothers' latest CD. If you haven't seen the Wide Open video featuring Beck, you need to right now. Like, it's beautifully shot. It must have been a bitch to make, but holy crap, did it pay off. It's a really, really fantastic video. Beyond that, Smokey Joe and the Kid released an EP in the last year called Smoke Inc. Would love to have that. Would love to have some more Chinese Man, or I don't know if you're familiar with Night Vale. Do you know Night Vale? If you've listened to this show, you should probably know about Night Vale, that sort of sense right there. But yeah, great show. But they turned me on to the song Waiting for the Bus by Satellite High, which should probably get their stuff. They're on Bandcamp. They're not even, got a website or nothing like that you can buy your stuff from. But, again, it's just more about supporting the artist. So these are the CDs that I'm looking at, something by The Correspondents as well, which I'll probably play them next. If I'm not saying something that you need to be listening to right now to, or I need to be listening to, I want you to get on Facebook, I want you to contact me, I want you to message me right now in this musical break, and we're going to rectify this, right? Because it's this sharing experience that gets us, to actually, to do positive changes right there, right? I think so for sure. So, with that being said and that positivity established, let's listen to some Fear and Delight.